Yes, so we're on air live, so we'll just let everyone file in.
Beautiful.
So as everyone files into this beautiful transmission, just feel free to leave your name and in the comments, just in the chat box. Just let us know you're here. Let us know you're ready. Let us know you're in that space of openness, and we'll begin in just a couple minutes.
Everybody just taking that time to kind of get into your meditative state and kind of just connecting in that oneness that we're all coming here to be a part of. I can feel it already.
Hey, Christina. Hey, Tori. Julia. Yes, Julia. Beautiful. So yeah, feel free to leave in the comments saying hello, that you're here, just kind of getting filed in. We're going to start in just a couple minutes. We're going to open with a beginning meditation and then really just allow the transmission to take it from there. Focus on that heart-centered message, that deepened space of acceptance, that natural flow, that frequency of oneness. This is the key and core message in which Noah and I are coming from, and bringing you into that space, just connecting with the depth of truth. The depth of truth is important. It's important.
Yes. Take those deep breaths. Just get yourself, get that stress off of you. Whatever's been going on today, let's just get it off of us together. Just emptying ourselves, ready for the message.
So once again,
hello,
if you're just coming in, Scott's here. Beautiful. And Je suis the man. Powerful author we have in here. We'll be starting in just a few minutes, so just feel free to leave your comments in the chat box, and we'll get started.
Hi, Landon.
What's going on, Landon?
Thank you for choosing to be here. Gratitude for this.
Alrighty. So I'll let everyone else file in as we just sink into this first message and first space of meditation, awareness, the depth of infinity is ultimately before us. And I feel, so many people at this time are really ready to open up into that heart space and allow for spirit to really take them, really allow for the universe to unfold in a magical way, and one in which is not needing mind. It is no longer needing as much planning. It's no longer needing all of this deciphering and rigidity. It's needing structure, of course, but it's needing flow, and it's needing our acceptance of flow, our acceptance of surrender, and this space of heart, this space of core center, this space of the depth of acceptance is exactly what the space of surrender is. It's that ability to deepen into the moment so deeply in which you've never before, and accepting that in which is fully being present in your experience at the moment, being uplifted in front of your eyes and your perception, seeing all things as perfect as they are, and with that, giving yourself the opportunity to free flow through the universe without judgment, without attachment, without resistance, and without all in that which has caused the fear and the suffering in which has plagued so many of us for so long. But that as a doorway and a lesson, that is to show the polarity, the varying degrees of the same thing, the other side to the same coin. This is the time to flip over the coin and see the other side, knowing fear and love are on the same token. They come in the same gift, and it is in that space in which we will deepen tonight. So once again, if you're just coming in, leave your name or comment in the chat box. And what we're going to do now is just going to head into a first meditation and allow ourselves to deepen into the space of heart, deepen into the space of acceptance, kind of release from the day.
Yes.
And we will continue. We will continue from there. So sitting in wherever you are in a comfortable posture, spine nice and straight, hands in your lap or on your knees, and just going ahead and closing your eyes, bringing the awareness inside. Just taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing the awareness and focus to any subtle sensations that are happening inside the body at the moment, just simply noticing them, being aware. Just recognizing. Using this as an opportunity to kind of release from the day and allow the mind to quiet and slow. And slowly bringing your awareness in between your eyebrows, rolling the eyes up just a little bit. Connected with the breath, just watching the air flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Repeating this affirmation within the mind's eye, activating connection to my higher self, opening up for intuitive wisdom and guidance. Activating connection to my higher self, opening up for intuitive wisdom and guidance. Connected with the breath, watching the air flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. And slowly bringing the awareness now into the center of the chest, feeling the heart open, feeling the chest relaxed, and feeling the breath going deep into the chest, expanding. And as you exhale, releasing. Activating heart chakra opening. Connecting in that space of unconditional love and acceptance. And as we are all connected in the space of heart, deepening into the space of peace of the body, being clear in mind, fully embodied within the open heart. Opening for this transmission and message. Fully open to receive. And when you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes and bringing your awareness back into this space.
Just taking those breaths. I feel that. Does anybody else feel that? Just getting into that space of oneness. Even as we open our eyes and we start to look around us. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you feeling connected? Ah. Are you feeling engaged? That's the message for today. That's the transmission for today. Are you here in the frequency of oneness? Ah. Just take your time. No rush. Timing is not of importance today. Let that idea of time just fade away. Step into your full, relaxed self. Let your heart space start to talk to you. Why am I here? Why am I here? What am I expecting to receive today? What's the expectation? Start to really release that energy. Nice and balanced, nice and controlled. And even just as we connect in the frequency of oneness, that thought of what are we so afraid of? What are we so afraid of today? What are we holding on to today? Are we breathing through it? Are we taking in and absorbing and washing clean the energies from around us? And even as I just connect to Corey in oneness, and we work on bringing our telepathic energies together, because if you're on this call right now, this message is for you, this energy is for you, so take some of this. Because this is authentic, this is a real moment, not a lesson. Not a lesson. You're not here to be taught. You're here to give. All that wonderful energy inside of you, just letting it out. Letting it into this frequency, the space of oneness we have together. Don't worry about how long we've been doing this. Stay in this space. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Does this feel natural to you? That's the question that comes forward. Does it feel effortless to be in this space? Are you able to release that stress and tension off of you? Are you able to get to that 0 point? What are you so afraid of, friend? What's got your energy so locked up today, friend? Connecting to you. I see myself in you. Do you see yourself in me? Melt into your atmosphere, wherever you are. Whatever's going on around you, whatever sounds in the background. Take it all in. Lightness. We can't get to the message until we feel that lightness. So somebody's got to let something go today. Because we're one, so we got to wait for everybody to get into the frequency of oneness here. We're getting there. There it is. Feel that warmth. Take in that warmth. Walk into that space. Frequency of oneness. It's not just you anymore. Now you got me. Now you got Sheikh. And we have you. Do we have you? Are you present? Are you here? Are you excited about life? Get there. Push yourself. Present is good. Present is safe. There it is. I feel it now. Now we can go forward. And the energy of the transmission that's been building, and Corey, you jump in as Spirit speaks to you, but the energy is, are we walking that light road? Are we walking the light path? So if anyone's taking notes today, are you walking the light path? And what does that look like? Are you a part of that number of human beings needed to ascend, to get this planet up and off and going? Do you feel included? Do you feel welcome? That's the question. That's the flow. That's the transmission from whatever it is out there meeting us in this space. If not you, then who? I would write that one down. If not you, then who? So much talent on this call. So much gift on this call. So much love on this call. I feel it. So if not you, stepping forward at this time of light leadership, who are you waiting for? What knowledge are you really waiting for? What message do you really need? Someone's going to catch this one today. What do you really need? To walk that bridge. To get here now, the ascension dimension. And what were you really expecting of today? What expectations did you have of myself? Of the light leaders that are present? Because I want to know what you've got. Whatever it is inside of you, start to transmit that now. If you trust it, transmit it. Whatever your gifts are, whatever projects you know you've been working on, the message is get here now and deliver that to us because we need you. You are needed. You are a necessity in this journey. Yes, you. Oh, beautiful individual that you are. Yes, you. Someone's still doubting that. What am I doing in this room? What am I doing here? What is this, really? Catch it. Get here now. The message is not in the words. The message is in the energy. You feel it. Go ahead and type it. Whatever spirit is speaking to you, why are you here? You're a part of this. You are a teacher in this. I want to receive from you. Just embody the frequency of oneness where light leadership lives. Somebody's feeling that energy and saying, yes, I am present. I am here. Frequency of oneness. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm talking to you. Light leader that you are. Does anybody else know what time it is on this planet and why today is so important and why this transmission and getting here now was so important? Did anybody else feel their guide saying, just show up? If someone puts out the call, just show up. That's the first test. If you felt the pull and you're here now, you've already passed your test. You've already passed your test, dear friend. I know that's for someone. If you made it here now, you've already graduated into light leadership. You wouldn't have heard the call if you weren't already in the frequency of oneness. Oh, loving soul. Oh, giving soul for the people. You're already serving. That's the transmission. You're already doing the work. So if you came here to be taught, you came because, oh, how humble you are. If you came here to get a lesson, oh, how humble you are. Dear one, don't you know how great you are? That the lesson is you. The lesson is you. Does anybody else feel that today? Mm-hmm. The lesson is my story, my testimony. Just sitting with that. The lesson is get here now and be here now and exist in this now. Somebody's receiving energy from this spirit, from this frequency, from this warmth. Catch it. And I can just feel Corey's energy holding space. Dear Sheikh, I feel your energy. The lesson is you.
The lesson is you. Oh boy. Pathless path. The pathless path. This is everything. The pathless path, no longer needing to have the path set. Right? No longer needing to experience this exact way of being, this exact way of living, this exact way of ascending, this exact way of the step-by-step rigid process. We are in a space now where that's no longer the case. We're in a space where we need to be in the space of our own journey, of expanding into our own journey, recognizing our own journey, expanding into every step of every moment, knowing that we are here in the now, in our own story, in our own journey, experiencing our own universe. And through that, we are full. I mean, boy, it's beyond full.
We're beyond capacity. There's so much energy in this room right now. We've built walls, just the meditation that you and I have gone through just this last week, the dedication to spirit, knowing that whoever shows up today, we've already been here. There's no timing. I can't tell these people to show up. So whoever's here, you've already caught it. This is your graduation. This is recognizing that there's no more hierarchy in spirit. What's going on the planet right now is just about the vibration. Who's already left the matrix? Who's chosen to catch it when spirit says, catch it. And if you've worked hard to get to this point, there are distractions. Every time someone wants to have a telecast or a webinar, it seems like everything wants to happen right before it's time for you to get there. But let that be a lesson that you're already here. That's just you getting through the vortex, and the vortex isn't comfortable. The vortex is going to shake you up, change those molecules, pull your energies and vibrations off of your body. Things flying around, people flying in and out of your environment, even just an hour ago. Some of you went through hell to get here. That's just the vortex. That's the elevation, the graduation that says, if you want to be in the now, you've got to get through this vortex of the past and the future. We've got to shift you into a place where you no longer feel those obstructions. So what are you really afraid of? It comes back to that question. What are you really afraid of? Are you afraid of being frustrated? Are you afraid of the stress of the day? Are you afraid of how long is this really going to take? And do I have the time to sit here and listen to this? Am I going to understand the language and the wording and the teachings? If there were any questions of getting here, it's time to surrender those questions because it's holding us up. All the questions, all the knowledge needed. Am I good enough to go forward and assist others? Do I really know what the message is? What is all this ascension about? What does it feel like? You've already gone through it because you're already here. The pull to understand, the seeking, the tears, the frustration. What am I really doing on this planet? What am I really doing trying to ascend? Am I really worthy of that? What does that even mean? It's already here. This is the ascension dimension, friends. This is what it feels like. Feel this energy because I've been waiting to give it to you. I've been waiting to release this energy. We have been standing in the gap for those ready to run across this bridge. So there is no going back. There's no logging off of this webinar. I'm just letting you know now. Now that you're in the frequency of oneness, now that you've caught the message, there's no getting out of it. The love of all those who are standing with you will not let you go back. So there's just a couple questions that you have to answer to really understand what you're even doing here. What am I afraid of? Number one. Who am I afraid of? Number two. And why am I so afraid? Number three. That's it. Let's talk about fear and how it keeps us feeling like we're not in the now. How it keeps pushing us and trying to pull us out of the frequency of oneness. Because this isn't a destination, friends. This just is.
Just is. We're constantly in that space of mind feeling as if we need to be at the destination, finding the end, finding the peace that we've been looking for, right? But that's completely illusionary. Completely illusionary. And it is forever us sinking into that space of infinite balance where nothing is needed and nothing is not needed, right? Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Nothing is everything and nothing is nothing. There is a middle point between all experiences of duality. And within the everything of the infinite, finite reality, within everything in which we can perceive, there will always be the test of balance. Because as we are forever in the spaces of mind, we are forever in the spaces of addiction. And traveling all the way back to the addiction of thought, recognizing that through the analysis, through the judgment, through the questioning, through even the answering, there's a perpetual need for more and a perpetual imbalance that is created from the source of balance. And this is the important message of us creating that space of infinite balance, knowing that in every moment we are stepping into balance. In every moment we are needing to show up. In every moment we are needing to consciously breathe into the experience of the experience itself. Because
go through that vortex. That's what it is.
The vortex, the 0 point.
Yes. Get through it, people. Get through it. Because I don't want to be giving these same messages over and over again. And that's not ego, that's love. Because you know how you and I have given these messages since the day Spirit said go forth. But that's the difference. Who's giving the speech? Who's teaching the class? And who's participating? Who's listening? It's about getting past that hierarchy. Get through the vortex. So whatever has been trying to pull you in, let it pull you in. Whatever's trying to pull you out, let it pull you out. Because when you refuse to accept the timeline, and when you refuse to accept the destination, who's feeling that? When I reject the programming, the vortex needs to realize and recognize my being. So you're gonna have to feel something. It's not all about peacefulness, but it is about having a platform of peace. It is about knowing that that vortex is bringing you to the infinite peace that is already here. That already is, the beauty that already is of your life. So whatever it took to get you on this call, whatever has been going on this past week, some of you know what I've been going through this past week. That's why we're here. Because some of us already went through the vortex. So going through a lot of stuff, it's really just an experience within the frequency of oneness, where you can be a witness to all experiences and step into your light leadership, because that's really why we're here today. You are a leader, and it is important for you to allow yourself to go through whatever hell, whatever windstorm, whatever vortex, whatever hurricane, and be the eye of that storm. Be the peace platform that you seek. This isn't the platform, Sheikh and I. We're right with you in the frequency of oneness. We're going through our own turbulence. But when you know you're just circling around and that platform of peace is right at the bottom of that vortex, you don't worry about where you land anymore. Because you're always going to flow with these storms. You're always going to be that peaceful witness that knows when I hit that ground, that platform of peace is underneath me. So I will allow myself to feel whatever reverberation of that fall is necessary to keep me humble, to keep me in that place. Because that peace platform, it is a humbling platform. You've got to have a long fall of surrender. You know, they talk about those trust falls. Somebody has to take the trust fall today, and that's why you're here. To know that the frequency of oneness, the platform of peace, is already underneath you, is already encasing you. Outside of the storm, outside of that vortex, is still God. The vortex is still God. So some of us really need to catch what that means and understand that. If you are struggling to allow yourself to go through and focusing too much on these questions that we have in our minds, then we're avoiding the frequency of oneness. We're refusing to submit to all that is and to strengthen our human beings by taking a couple hits. You're only going to get stronger if you allow yourself to take a couple hits, knowing that at the end of that feeling, at the end of that energy, it's still God. It's still peace. It's still the ease and the finesse of spirit. So what are you really afraid of? When you understand that outside of that vortex of feeling and emotion and experiences and the ripples of other people's actions, it's all still God. And if you want to get to know God, if you want to know what's out there off planet Earth, what aliens are roaming around on Earth, all those questions we like to dive in as metaphysical people, and our interest in the psychic and our interest in the prophetic and our interest in what's really going on in these shadow government, all these topics. When you get past the questions, you actually get the answers, friends. And somebody needs to get past the questions today, and that's why you heard the call. To end the questioning and to start embodying the ultimate truth, which is it matters and it matters not. It matters and it matters not what's going on in the government. It matters and it matters not what's going on off this planet. It matters and it matters not if we've got aliens and beings on the inside of our Earth. It matters and it matters not. Every day we're projecting what matters to us, but we never see the full manifestation of what's so important. And why all this time, a fabrication of mindset, a fabrication of energy that we're creating, time, we keep going back to these same questions because you're never going to get the answers until you step into that surrender that says, be here now and get all that you need in this space. Let go of the questions of the past, let go of the questions of the future, so you can be exactly what you are toiling over to be. So you can get to the destination. We've got to do some light travel here, people. Instead of trying to go from A to B to C and hierarchy, and I don't have the degree, and I don't have all this, and I don't have all that, and I've got to lose 100 pounds so people will trust me and listen to me and wellness, and I can be somebody, and I've got to do this and that. Get here now. We need you. You are a necessity. You are a reflection of the diversity and the uniqueness of God, the all, that we all reside within. So if your piece of the puzzle is missing, I can't go forward. I'm just going to stay here in the space of oneness until we all get here. And maybe, just maybe, that is your purpose, to hold that platform, hold that bridge, the back and forth. And if this is challenging for you, Because I'm with you in this. Those that are commenting, breathe. The message is not meant to be interpreted through the mind. This isn't knowledge. This isn't teaching. This is love. Let's just get here now and stop questioning why you're going what you're going through. Develop the courage to follow through what your spirit keeps bringing to your front door. It's no longer about avoidance. We can't make it through avoidance anymore. There's nowhere to go with avoidance. Embrace why you found yourself here without question. Be here now. It all comes back to that simplicity when you allow yourself to receive the message and allow your body to embrace it.
Intuition, step one. Intuition gives step one. It gives the next step. It gives what's necessary. It gives what's in front of you. The mind wants step 2 to 30. It also wants the step -1 to -30 and all the steps that could have been made. It wants to analyze everything that's coming and everything that has gone. But it's impossible for the mind to analyze what is before it because, of course, its tendency in its self-sabotaging nature is to avoid.
Yes.
It's to avoid the importance of the now, the importance of intuition, the importance of just coming into breath, into simplicity, into acceptance. And knowing that, of course, it resists. Of course it resists. Of course it doesn't want to accept its understanding and knowing at the surface. Because heart messages are felt in knowing. They are not felt through mind. They're not understood through mind. So in every experience in which we're seeing through the lens of obstacle, through the lens of suffering, perceiving as something insurmountable, perceiving as a fear, perceiving as the end, the failure. This is only coming from an outside moment of the now moment, because in the now moment, in the simplicity of just breathing, coming into awareness, this space is untouchable. This space cannot be harmed. This space is your refuge. So as we come into collectives of this nature and we focus on the message from heart, the message through acceptance, through the lens of love and unconditional space, then naturally we can bring this into our everyday when the mind wants the explanation of the how to and the what to do and the where to be and the where to go. These are all phrases of mind in which are perpetuating mind, perpetuating delay, and perpetuating time. Because when we've been in the space of the timeless, the space of the now, the space of an amazing conversation with a friend, the space of, painting a picture in which at the beginning was not there and at the end all of a sudden is there. The space of creation, the space of being in the moment in everyday experience,
Yes.
These spaces fade in and out of our awareness without the sense of time. We can go through a couple hours in a deep conversation with a friend and feel it was just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We can paint an entire picture and have no idea how it even came onto the picture, how it even came onto the canvas in which we're looking at. And as we look at our lives, when we deepen into the space of awareness in every moment, and we practice going day by day, throwing in spaces of deep breathing, throwing in spaces of recognizing and being aware of the deep feelings we're avoiding, being aware of the void in which we are avoiding, being aware of the addictions in which are perpetually coming forth. In this space of recognition, we deepen into the actual depth of the truth of the moment, the truth of the reality, the truth of every step in which we have been taking. So this is where the importance lies. And this is where our highest calling is in the nature of our everyday experience. We could think the priority is to finish the specific to-do list. We could think the priority is to watch and look and analyze the sufferings and the obstacles, but ultimately the highest priority is to be in the space of awareness and breath in every moment, and knowing that the universe will handle the steps for you. It will give you the steps. It will say, this is what's next. This is what you must do. But we didn't have to pull it to us. We didn't have to decipher it. We didn't need to mix, manage, and create the rigid plan. All we have to do is come into that space of acceptance and depth of breath and see the steps unfold before us. So as we're in this space, we're opening up to heart. And I would like everyone to open up into this heart-based meditation where we deepen into the core, where we deepen into this space of what we are hiding, what we are not wanting to look at, what the desires that are facing us, that are causing us our pain, the fears in which are before us that are not allowing us to step forward in the specific obstacles or spaces of suffering we're in at the moment. So sitting in a comfortable posture with the heart and chest opened, closing the eyes, bringing the awareness inside and focusing all of the awareness into the chest, into the spine. And just residing there for a moment and feeling into the heart. Feeling into the tension that may be there, the resistance that may be there, the pain that may be there, but also the depth of peace that is at the foundation. The depth of awareness, the depth of feeling, the depth of love and acceptance. And we're just going to begin to breathe 4 seconds on the inhale to the center of the chest and 4 seconds on the exhale. Feeling our heart fill up with love and the depth of peace, and as we exhale, releasing, letting go. Activating heart chakra opening and release. Clearing all disharmonic energies within the heart chakra and energy field. Deepening into this breath, allowing the heart and chest to open. And as we release from the breath, bringing the awareness in the center of the chest, holding it there, and repeating this affirmation as we deepen into the fears and of the depth of unconditional love, repeating in the mind's eye, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Deepening into this awareness, expanding into that space of unconditional love and acceptance for self.
Somebody needs to go deeper today. Deeper. I feel that confusion energy. That confusion energy is coming up and out. Let go of the questions. You don't need to know why you're here. Just be here now. And as you're just breathing, you have to remind yourself, I've never been here before. I've never been in this moment before. Allow me to feel what's really in the atmosphere. I want to forget my questions. I want to forget my problems. I want to be here now. Let love download into you now. Let the wisdom download into your being now. It's in the atmosphere. Release yourself into the atmosphere to catch it effortlessly. Surrender yourself to this now. Feel the temperature of the room. Feel the weightedness of your heart and all that's been going on this week, all that's been going on last week. Allow the past to heal itself by acknowledging it now. Acknowledge what you've been through to get to this point. And let it go. Let it go. This is the human experience. Now, we are together in this. The only reason somebody's got to do some talking and somebody has to do some leading of this is because we all haven't decided that we can just feel each other's energy and trust the message that lays onto our soul, whatever you came here to get. It's already in the now. Don't remove yourself. Push through. In peace. Just breathing. Take those deeper breaths. Take those deeper breaths. Whatever frustration you're feeling, even on this call, even in the now, it's a part of this energy. It's a part of us now. And it's really okay. Whatever your thoughts are in this moment, I just mirror love and acceptance of those thought energies as we just let them go. Let them go. I don't want to know what I was thinking about. I don't want to be reminded. I don't need reminders anymore. I don't need triggers anymore that pull me back to the memory. Because all that you've been through, all that happened this morning, it's not out in the atmosphere. It already happened. It's dead and gone. The only thing you have left is the way your body feels after the incident, after the situation, after the thoughts. The way your body is able to relax now with me, with Sheikh, with the other people in this room, getting here now. There's no script. We've never been here before. Let your heart pull in the energies of this frequency that we are creating now. When you release the fear, all of your questions will go along with it. It's possible. That's why this call was important for you to be here. Because some of you are holding on to questions. You need to understand better the way the world works. And you don't. You don't need to know what's going on out there. We just need to regain sovereignty of the memory, sovereignty of the energy of all that's going on out there. Through the breath. Through eye contact. It says, I see you. Now. I'm with you. Now. We have to engage exactly how you are. I embrace you in the now. Whatever energies you're bringing into this space, it's perfectly perfect. It's fine. Because some of us have got to learn to live with one another in the now. We spend so much time judging and avoiding. Well, this person isn't walking in lightness. And this person's always talking about their stress. That's what this space is for. Get somebody here now. Give yourself an opportunity. And give others an opportunity to just right into this space, this vortex, where peace is the foundation. Where some of us have set that foundation of peace. So if you're still feeling anxiety, if you're still feeling like, what's going on here? Let that question go. There's nothing needed but silence. And as we embrace that truth, we can take that, leaving this vortex into the other vortexes of your life. Turbulence is no longer the standard. It's the tool to get you to peace. So if your questions are, why is somebody like this in my life? And what do I need to do to ascend? How do I know what's real or what's not? Spiritually speaking. How do I know what's real and what's not? Conspiracy speaking. Breathe. And decide that whatever shows up at your doorstep, you are peacefully prepared to deal, knowing that whatever occurs in your journey, the foundation is peace. When you create these spaces and you get here now, as often of now as possible. This is new language. This is light language. When you spend enough time in the frequency of oneness, when you create these spaces and show up to these spaces, choosing not to come with questions, choosing to be the answer that you're looking for, getting charged up in this space. Don't leave this call and go and pick up your questions again. Leave this call knowing I am the answer, I am the solution. And I was just in the presence of people who choose to be the solution in their own vortex, in their own atmospherical reality. We live in a matrix of questions. So the truth is releasing the man-made need to have answers. And allowing your energy to recreate, to produce, to build. As your conscious self stays present with each breath. Living your life through each breath. Just breathe. If you're feeling frustrated, breathe. Speak to that frustration through the breath. Your words are too powerful. Your mind is too powerful to keep toiling over these questions and perpetuating a reality that's questionable. Let's not perpetuate a reality that's questionable. And let's begin perpetuating trust. My time here on this call is doing something out in my life. It's already setting the tone. Keep breathing. Even when someone is speaking to you and their energy is getting higher and higher, stay in this space. Feed the foundation of peace. Let your body release the energy of questions. Get it out today. Let your body talk to you in the now and heal you in the now by releasing this energy you've got on you. Some of you need to take deeper breaths, deeper. Don't worry about who's in the other room listening to you. Be here now. And in the now, you've got someone that's saying, get it off of me. Release it into the frequency of oneness, where all things come, where all things go. Release it. Someone's getting agitated on this call now because we're still trying to figure out, how do I do it? Just breathe. If you can't do it in this space where love has been set, where the intention has been purposely set to release blockages and stress and questions about how great you are, how loved you are, how powerful you are, you're not going to catch it out there in the world. You're not going to catch it out at the beach, in the mountains, in the forest. The greatest understanding and the greatest passion and the greatest livelihood and the greatest lightness is always in the now. New nows constantly created. New nows constantly being birthed from you. Love your nows, even now. Love this moment. If your eyes are closed, envision yourself just wrapping your ethereal body and bringing this now in close to you and saying, I love this now. I understand why I'm here, to be here now. I embrace this now. I feel the joy. I choose to pick love out of the now. I choose to pick joy out of the now. I choose to pick clarity, confidence out of the now. So however you were feeling 60 seconds ago, the answer to that question 60 seconds ago, pull it out of the now. Acceptance now. Trust now. Safety now. Create it. Infinite creator that you are. The only reason that you're here is because your future self and your past self said, meet me here. Become one again. Become whole again. You don't have to catch on to all these words. Just feel what's going on in this atmosphere. If this feels preachy to you, I urge you to accept the preachiness that's coming out of the now. Love what's coming out of the now. Know that there's no separation of my energy to your energy. Whatever is being delivered in the now is just for you because you're here. And you can handle it. Your mind doesn't have to process. Let your body feel the energy of all that's being brought into this environment. Let your body tell you what to trust. We can't trust what other people say out in the world. You can't trust all the healers out in the world, all the intuitives out in the world. Some people are going to steer you wrong. But when you carry the now with you, and your breath determines the attitude, the energy, the decisions that need to be made, let your body tell you. But don't respond to this fear energy out here that we're picking up on. Don't respond to that car accident you saw on the highway passing by. Don't respond to the shootings. What type of now are you creating? Are you choosing to embody? And are you here enough, present enough to never have to leave that space, no matter what is revolving around you, no matter what scene is playing around you? All that matters is the scene that you inject yourself into. If we're still focusing on what we see around us, that's not the scene that you're actually in. The scene that you're involved in is what's going on with this body of yours. Your ethereal bodies, the energies around you, the cellular memory within you. This is about community and choosing to stay in the now with others who are here now. So some of us need to exchange some emails and say, thank you for showing up in the now. Thank you for holding space in the now, not the past, an hour ago, not the future, what's going to happen tomorrow. Thank you for helping me build a platform now. Thank you for being here now. Everything is okay right now. The energy that's being built between even Sheikh and I and all of you that are on this call, it's a web of security. It's a web of love, infinite understanding. Don't go pick up those questions, because some of us are still, in the back of our minds, we still got questions. When is that bill gonna get paid? When is my leg gonna feel better? When am I gonna have this? When is this gonna manifest? You do realize that manifestations only ever take place in the now, right? Manifestations only ever take place in the now. So we just got to learn and condition ourselves to stay in the now. And let that word become so much a part of a vocabulary that we forget what past means. We forget what future means. And we're simply living purely from breath to breath. We got to get tough. That's what this call is about. Peaceful preparedness makes us stronger, allows us to embody all these incidents and questions and fear, and take ownership over these things. Take ownership over your fear. Take ownership over the fact that nobody can answer your questions for you. But when you come together with someone who's holding space in the now, that gives the universe and all of your guides opportunities. It gives you a place to let the answers be born in the now. So that confusion you feel, it's simply the past and the future trying to heal you. It's simply your past self and your future self saying it's okay. Be who you are. You're in the now. Your future self is not here with you. Your past self is not here with you. So bring them in. So all that wonderful knowledge of how to survive and how to make it, and how to get through and how to pass that test. Your past and future selves have all the information, but you can only receive it when they can reach you in the now, when they can teleport that information to you in the now. You want to know, am I supposed to move out of state? Am I supposed to marry this person? Your future already knows the answer. You're either going to be happy about it or you're not. Let your future come to you and reach you and give you the love and the information through your breath, through allowing you to be still enough to remember that I already have a future self that's already been through this. We're getting out of time and we're getting into destiny. We're getting out of destination and we're getting into timelessness. And the only way you can validate or prove anything that I'm telling you is to get here now and feel it for yourself. If you heard this call in your presence, well done. You listened to your soul. This is about your heart receiving a message, not your brain. This is about your body feeling the message, not your mind. Infinite love to you. To you that's questioning. To you that's deciphering in the now. Let it go. Just feel me. Feel my love for you. I feel what you're feeling for me. And it's all perfect in the now. When you walk out of your front door, take this now with you. And know that there are many meeting you in this place to love you, to serve you, to protect you. But only because there's infinite lightness right here, right now. Somebody's catching it. Somebody's feeling better. Somebody's still breathing. Through the talking, still breathing, still being present. You've got to learn to be able to absorb information outside of the 3D. You could have a million voices coming at you while you're trying to breathe and meditate and be relaxed. And you can meditate and be relaxed. You can absorb this knowledge and this information even if you don't understand all the language. Your being understands it all. It's infinite. It's energy that is transferred and alchemized over and over again. Nothing in this now is new, but it is true. Just feel it. Rest your anxious soul. Some people are feeling joy right now. I'm starting to feel that energy of joy. This is okay. Let's move on from teaching and talking and just feel what now feels like, without any past cell memory and any future cell memory. Nothing holding your body to stress. Somebody's got to hold the space of joy. I feel you, Sheikh. If not you, then who?
So if anyone's still in a closed eye meditation, we can bring ourselves back, if you will. But remembering that the eyes closed, the eyes open. It's the same now that's existing. It's the same space of presence. Same existence.
Yes.
So the message for today has been getting so deeply rooted into the infinite now, knowing that the now cannot even be grasped. And this is why it can be spoken with such broad terms, is because we're only here to give you a doorway into the infinity of your experience of now. Your experience of the unfoldment of your now, of your every moment acceptance, of your every moment unconditional experience of love.
Yes.
Right? This space is one that must be walked. In the now there is utmost action.
Yes.
Now there is utmost speech. In the now there is everything in which you could possibly imagine that the mind is looking to imagine. But the difference is now we've brought it here. We've brought it.
There's no fear. There's no fear. I feel it from you. There's no fear. There's no fear. Somebody is catching this in the now. We let go of that fear. We let it go. We let it go. We let it go. The fear that says, I'm sorry I interrupted you, Sheikh. Let me just say that. Because there's no fear. There's only love. There's no perfection. There's only the now. Thank you for the space of the now. There's no fear. So when you see that person approaching you and you don't know who is this person walking up on me, in the now, the fearless place is saying lovingly, what does my body need to do to stay in peace? Maybe I need to move 100 feet to the left. Maybe I need to get in my car and go. But that's the peaceful wisdom of the now. No fear, effortless action. What do you want to do in this now? Because what I wanted to do was to speak out, no fear. And trusting this space of love and this space of peace, it's all perfect. What do you want to do in the now? You know what you wanted to do 3 years ago, and you're still holding on to that. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I didn't do what I thought the universe had put in my path to do. The only reason you're still feeling it is because you're letting your past self continue to speak to you and not become one with you. The only reason you're worried about where that bill is going to get paid and should I step out of my career and step into light leadership and should I do what these guys are doing? I feel it. I know it. I'm supposed to be assisting people in their ascension. Well, what do you want to do in the now? Sometimes what I want to do in the now is go on the street and give somebody some money, touch their heart, touch their soul, give them a hug and say, I hope this isn't awkward for you. I'm just walking in the now. There's no fear of loving and serving and giving, speaking, being silent, laughing, crying, screaming out. There's nothing in the now that can punish you because it's so fast, it's so effortless, it's so infinite. Your conscious mind cannot conceive what the now really is. Even through all this meditating and all this peace, I look at the clock and I say, wow. I don't know if it was long for you, but it was infinite. It was effortless for me. Because that's the training of being in the now. Get here so that when this call ends, the peacefulness, the preparedness, the courage, the boldness, I don't need any answers. I create my own reality as I feel something in my body. I react to it. I react to it, not out of emotion of past or future energies and memories, but I react to it in the ease and the finesse of spirit, which is infinitely in the now. That's ascension. When they say, let's all be more like God, let's all be more like Jesus, let's all be more like Buddha, what they're really saying is, be in the present moment, where fear is only a product of missing the present moment. Perfect your ability to walk in the presence, and you'll find that your quest for perfection ends pretty fast. Let go of your quest for perfection. That's all that it is. You're going to hear a lot of dichotomies. You're going to hear a lot of duality. But that's because we're still dealing with loving people that are living in the past. They've got their past selves and their future selves. So we're going to have this message. You know, I'm reading these messages and I'm with you, Kristen. If this feels rehearsed, you got to know we've been in the now. And the now is just going to keep repeating the message. Are you here? Get here now. I'm here. Are you here? I'm here. Are you here? Love that says, I'm never going to leave you alone. Love that says, get here now because I'm walking in joy. Get here now because when something bad happens to me, when the moment is gone, the sadness is gone. The pain is gone. My body might feel some things, but when I do the work of staying in the presence, as long as it takes that infinite finesse, where time doesn't exist in its consistency, that is the new currency. There we go. There we go. Consistency is the new currency. We want to talk about old world, new world, 3D, 5D. Let the terminology go. Nobody in the frequency of oneness wants to confuse anybody with all these words. But we want to encourage you that the language will come with consistency of being here now. I didn't go read books to learn this language. I didn't read books to get this fervency that says, I love you so much, every person on this call, authentically, that I just get excited knowing that we're here now and somebody's letting go of their pain now. Will you stand with me in this space and not look back and not look forward, but be okay with Noah on your screen? Be okay with Sheikh on your screen. However I'm looking and talking, decide. I'm just a mirror of what's going on inside of you. That's why healing takes place in the frequency of oneness, because we choose to love the infinite reflection of all that's happening in the frequency of oneness. There's no mistake on this call. There's no agenda on this call. We didn't plan for this. We said, okay, 7:30 EST. Let's just be here now, because Spirit instructed us, and because we like to live in the now, we heard what Spirit was saying. Get some people on a call. Whoever shows up, the message is, get here now, be here now, stay here in this place with us. Wherever you go in the world, whatever steps, because we talk about the path, right? The pathless path. It's no longer about what steps you're taking to get there. That new job, that career, that income change, out of the matrix, that husband, that wife, that new baby, whatever it is you're seeking, whatever path you're asking your guides, what steps should I take? We're not there anymore. That's that 3D, where you need to see the footsteps, you need to see the path clear for you. We're talking about teleportation now. We're talking about telepathy. We're talking about raising who we are as human beings and recognizing our gifts, talents, and abilities, our natural 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th sense. Starting with the 6th sense, psychic ability, telepathic loving ability to read another person. What's next? Can you transport to where I am and feel this love inside of me in the now? Can you be here with me now? Develop that 7th sense. I'm catching on to something. That number 7. Teleportation. Infinite ability to move with the ease and finesse of spirit. So you don't have to understand all of what we're saying. Just teleport yourself here now and you'll feel it. You'll catch the excitement. Old world is dead. You don't need to go to college. You don't need to get your kids through high school. You can unschool, you can homeschool, you can give yourself life education, get your life doctorate degree by letting yourself go through the trauma. Get your life doctorate so you can skip the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of monetary debts. Let the universe show you and prove you to you. But only when you're present enough is the courage going to be there to face adversity, to face fear, to face that man coming around that corner, little woman, at nighttime, to face that black man coming up to you that you're afraid of, to get rid of all this, to face that Muslim person you're afraid of because of what everybody else outside of the now is telling you, to face the fear of cancer, to face the fear of obesity, to face the fear of divorce because of the cellular memory that's showing you the cycles that this world has been in over and over and over again. When you get here now, you can have compassion for suffering, but you can also look suffering in the face and say, not today, not in this now. There's no suffering when I'm here now with the ease and finesse of spirit. Somebody is catching that. Consistency is a new currency. And if that was the only message that today was for, I'll take it. Think on that in the now. Let spirit release more information to you as you release from this call. In the now, more information will come forward. This is just a platform that says we're here together. We are showing the commitment to the now. Who else can we bring into the now? Where can we go to bring the now? There's no path. It's always having an ear in the now to hear the wisdom that comes from the infinite existence, the infinite energies of everything that's already happened and everything that's going to happen. So this is about the human experience. This is about leaving fear behind and transporting yourself into the abundant world that is here for you. Some of us have moved out of the cities and into nature. Some of us have gotten away from the turbulence that's going on, not out of fear, but because guess what? It's easier to be in the now when you're not surrounded by people who are living in the past and the future. So they're walking around hurting from all that did happen and all that's going to happen. Their now being is suffering. So you got to decide, what is Spirit speaking to you in this now? What did you take from this? What is Spirit trying to reveal to you through whatever difficulty you may have had on this call? Stay in the presence, and all of that will disappear for you. Consistency is the new currency, and it will get you the result that the ease and finesse of Spirit has for all of us.
Power, power, power. I'd love to hear from everyone, actually. I think it would be a great time to hear from everyone who's been on this call. Any questions, any comments? And of course, I feel that the key message for today was in that space of releasing from question, and ultimately many of your questions were probably answered at that same time. And that's of course the case. And as we let go and release from what the mind is feeling it needs to hold on to, we let it go into the reality. We let it go into the existence, and it mirrors back to us exactly what we were holding on to in the first place. And it is, of course, the holding on in which creates fear, because the fear is the guidance to tell you, let go.
Yes.
The letting go is what mirrors back the exact answer in which you were scared you would not receive by letting go. So in that power, in that oneness, in that acceptance of the now, we are fully in that process of surrender in every moment. In every moment before we step in, we are asking ourselves, am I needing to surrender anything before I step into this moment? And that is, of course, the reason why we have forever longed for the moment, is because every time we have about to step deeply into the moment, into that space of surrender, we said, no, wait, there are things I must let go and surrender. I'm not willing to yet.
Yes.
And forever we stay in that cycle of time, that cycle of past and future, that cycle of perpetuating the same issues, the same cycles, the same things over and over. And this is the reason why they keep coming back, is because, of course, we haven't given ourselves the opportunity to wipe the slate clean and sink into the now and see if we're given what we ultimately have been promised by God, the universe, and the Most High. So it's
we're too busy. We're too busy wanting that slate wiped clean. We're too busy wanting that perfection. I messed up 2 weeks ago, so now I need to go on a fast. I need to cleanse myself. When I tell you walking in oneness, sometimes you're going to look at people and say, you told me you were cleansing about 50 times this year. You told me you were starting over, new fresh start, new season for you. But that's not being in the now. The now says, I messed up today. Wonderful. This really killed my spirit today. Beautiful. Crush me ever deeper. Getting rid of that fear of how you're going to feel when something bad happens. Feel it. The wonderful thing is that as we are all raising our frequency, not vibration, our vibration, that's just energy. But as we're shifting frequencies, it's going to feel emotional. It's going to feel like, yeah, I've got depression. I've got the jitters. I can't calm down. I can't get peaceful. I can't follow these meditations. Wonderful. Don't follow the meditation. You must be different and unique and beautiful expression of God, and your meditation is looking different than my meditation. You might be needing to do a walking meditation. And using myself as an example, I didn't lose the 50 pounds I needed to lose. I didn't do what Spirit told me to do to walk in full wellness. Wonderful. Learn all the more. Deepen all the more. Feel the pain all the more until you get tired enough of feeling it, that you're going to do what Spirit has been putting in your face to do. Walk through it. Let me strengthen you by walking through it. Those migraines that are killing you, those headaches, the pain in your body, that you've gone to all the doctors, you've gone to all the healers that you trusted, and now you're thinking, well, I thought healers were supposed to heal. Well, your test is get in the now, where healing is presence. Healing is the consistency of presence, the consistency of the ease and the finesse of Spirit flowing through you. And you can only have the ease and finesse of Spirit in oneness. Spirit is flowing in oneness with all the good and bad, all the beautiful, all the ugly. So if your question is, why isn't it happening? Because you haven't surrendered to it not happening. You haven't surrendered to the flow and the positioning that the universe is moving in this grid. The only reason why we as human beings hold on to time is because time is literally time stamp, timeline. Time is short for so many other things. It's in a whole energy, it's a whole package of grid point happenings. Time is not 5:53 p.m., 8:53 p.m. Time is where in the grid point do you find yourself in this now? What physical happenings are taking place and how long are things taking place in the now? So when we recondition our minds around time, we're no longer going to have disappointment when we don't get the degree on time, when we don't get married or have that relationship, when we don't change like we thought we were going to change, when the prophecy, the promises of psychics and prophets and healers don't happen. That's the opportunity to go deeper still. And we've all seen it. The miracle never happens for you until you truly surrender. For some of us, surrender is throwing our hands up and saying, I give up, I'm done. But I challenge you to get past the painful surrender. It's still surrender. You still see, get a ticket on the car, get in a car accident. When you surrender, what happens? A blessing comes through. Somebody offers you the new car. The ticket gets written off at the last minute. When you've given up and that fear is too much for your body to handle and you just collapse in exhaustion, that's surrender. But you got to know that there's a better way, that the consistency of the ease and finesse of spirit, thinking the infiniteness of who I am, is able to power through this. The infiniteness of who I am has experienced more pain than this. I'm willing to surrender to what is right in front of me. And that migraine just might be what's right in front of you. So all this talk and teachings about healing and nobody going through any health issues and it's all supposed to be perfect and this is how you perfect your being, you know, in the now, my spirit is saying not so. You're going to go through challenges for the rest of your life in the frequency of oneness. Because in the duality on earth, where everyone is still walking in duality, when you come up out of that duality, you're still faced with the ripple effects and consequences of others. So you're going to be faced with stuff to the point where your migraines might be because of the pollution in the air. So the issues of others and what they're doing is affecting you. You just got to know that you don't have to affect yourself any further. You can be so free. You can be so free that facing the ripple effects of all other reflections of you becomes effortless. And this is why we say, be the hero of your own story. Don't wait for the fix. Be the fix in peaceful preparedness. Indiana Jones your way through. Because that is the power that the human being possesses. With all of our, 7, 8, 9 senses, we are able to move fluidly, consistently, with the ease and finesse of spirit. So whatever challenges and whatever questions may have come forward, it's really about understanding you're already equipped to answer those questions in the now. But outside of the now, you're waiting for your healer, you're waiting for your guru, you're waiting for your doctor, you're waiting for your family's approval, you're waiting for the degree. In the now, you have what we all have. We all are contributing to the resources and the abundance. So this was a call for those who are ready to be in the now, who are ready to release that last weight. That's what I feel in the prophetic. Whoever was on this call today was ready to release a weight, whether you stayed through the whole call or not. It was always your choice to join us in releasing. It was always your choice to get here now. So the words I couldn't get here now, it was difficult. I challenge you to let that reality that it was difficult, face it. Consistency is a new currency. So consistency is what's going to allow you to power through that to where being in the now, you now understand how to get there for somebody else to get there. That's what all your experiences are about.
Leadership.
We've got to go through. Cross that bridge. Be willing to face that bridge and whatever is on the bridge. Because that's going to be the weapon of choice. And that's going to be the people of choice that you're going to go serve. You already made the choice before you got here. That's a truth we're learning all the more. You already made the choice before coming to this planet. There's a set issue in humanness that I must study, learn, observe, go through, and become the expert of. So whatever you've been going through, you must become the expert of that. And you can't become the expert until you're on the other side. Surrender. I stand with you in surrender. We stand with you in love. We stand with you in the frequency of oneness. We're not going, we got nowhere to go. So this call is going to end, but we are still here always. That's the challenge. It's not perfection that allows us to be consistent, always be in the frequency of oneness. It's letting go of perfection. It's saying, I may cut somebody out tomorrow and I may not be proud of that. But guess what? I'm going to let how I feel determine how I'm supposed to move and feel from my own actions. So we're there. I feel it. We're there. We've gotten somewhere by being here.
Powerful. The flow is live. feel that smile through everyone's body. Just needs to lighten up that smile, just allowing for that space to open, that love to open, and for it to carry you into the rest of the night in that space. So when you shut off this webinar, we're not going back into the searching, back into the web surfing, back into the everything. Just take a moment to just sit with yourself and sink into that energy and allow for those downloads to come, right? The answers that you're needing. And you know, one person had mentioned about codependencies. Well, the nature of codependency is all coming from the space of one not stepping deeply into the now, knowing that in the now you are alone. In the now you are just as you are alone with yourself, knowing that all answers, all power in which you're needing are there. And so as you can deepen into that, when you step into your relationships, when you step into your opportunities of arguments and disagreements and things in which come through the family, soul family matrix, well, ultimately you're coming in with your power, you're coming in peacefully prepared in the depth of that space of oneness, in the depth of that space of breath, awareness, acceptance, right? In each of those pieces, you're given all the knowledge, all the tools in which you need to confront these things in which are posing you difficulty, and confront the addiction and codependency that we have to all things.
Yes.
Taking it all the way back to thought.
Because
right?
freedom is the name of the game.
Mm.
Freedom, when I hear you mention the codependency, Sheikh, the thing that comes forward is, if freedom is the name of the game, and as an individual, you're seeking freedom your whole life, codependency is preventing others from having that freedom. So especially as a light leader, if you're here on this call today, your act of light leadership is freeing every person that you encounter just by you yourself remaining free, holding that space, that reverberation of freedom. So when you're truly walking in freedom, that surrender that Sheikh so eloquently spoke of, there is no codependency in that. It's only love. So your willingness to stand with someone and stay connected to someone will turn into an act of love rather than act of need. In the frequency of oneness, where all things are given and all things are received in the perfect, effortless timing of spirit, you'll start to recognize through meditation, through being present, through breathing with your partner. Be present with your partner. Pull them out. Don't allow people to suck you in to what is hurting them. Be that agent of freedom by creating this space. You don't need to be on a webinar to meditate and find peace and let go of your questions. But you have to make a choice that if you're with someone and they find their freedom and their freedom is telling them to walk away from you, you're not going to hold them back from that. That your freedom and your light leadership is going to let you go through that pain of disconnecting, because that just might be your area of expertise, your area of healing for other people. So it really is about being in the now. All the answers come from that. They don't come from us. This is the now answers coming through. And it's where you'll find your wisdom also. There's no separation in ability, in spirit. It's simply willingness, consistency.
Power.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
And I appreciate everyone who's in here. Heather, Marty, Stephanie, Kristen, Joshua, Sarah. Who else is in here right now? Let me see. We got Patty, we got Hannah, Julia, Landon, Scott, Jesui, Tori, Christopher, Heather. You guys are all such beautiful souls sticking in with us. I appreciate all of you. This is a powerful, powerful transmission. I mean, it was our first one that Noah and I are doing together, first of many, of course, and really opening up the channel for us to come into this space, come into the ability to sink in to the now in a heart-centered moment, to know that just because it's online, not in person, there's a depth of connection here. There's a depth of energy here, as you can already feel it. And so we will continue these. We have some interesting plans in store. I want to give everyone an opportunity just to check out some of the two links that we have in here. So the first one up there is to support Noah on his global mission. Maybe Noah, you explain that for a second here, so everyone gets an idea and they can click on the link there for you.
Absolutely. As some of you have experienced in the now on this call, my enthusiasm, my fervor, my love, my passion, it's not me, it's spirit. I've surrendered to spirit, and spirit is telling me to get up out of LA, go see Sheikh in Canada, go, to other parts of the world and start to spread this love, not information, just love. And there's a lot that's going to come out of that love. There's so much that needs to come out of that love. So the fundraiser is allowing me to do that as I have responsibilities to all this purpose, to all of this passion, to all of this mission. So if you guys click on that link, you'll be able to learn more about what I actually do for those of you who haven't met me before. And you'll be able to see some of the work that's already being done and how you can support furthering that. Because I'm ready. I'm very ready. And thank you all for kind of participating in this and kind of dealing with my energy. So I want that energy to really affect you because it's joy. All this is just joy. And so clicking on that link is going to allow you to see how you can support others and find that joy as well.
Powerful. So yes, click on that link if you can. It's up there in the one tab that you should be able to see. Also, from myself and Noah, we're both still involved in doing one-on-one sessions on Skype, giving you depth of insight on a one-on-one basis, really tapping into your energy field, tapping into the healing that's necessary, tapping into the guidance that's necessary. So I'll be doing 30-minute free calls with everyone that is needing one at the moment. You can find those links online. I'll also put the link in a second once you have a chance to click on Noah's. So you have an opportunity to sit with myself or Noah and get a little bit more depth of insight as we continue these transmissions throughout the next couple of weeks, and as you continue on your path to step deeper into your space of purpose, and knowing that the simplification of this is to give you the freedom to allow your life to unfold in the pathless path in which it is, and not giving you any specifics, because the specifics will come. They'll come through awareness, they'll come through intuitive insight, they'll come when they're needed. But in this call, we are really focused on creating a simple message, still practical, but a simple message so that you can allow your infinity, your personal infinity, unfold. So I appreciate all of you. Noah, of course, I appreciate you, my friend, and
Love you.
all of you. It'd be beautiful if you could write in the event page how you felt about today's webinar, maybe on your Facebook, on your social media, tag us in there, share the pictures, just get the word out, and we will continue to be of service to you. So I appreciate all of you. You all are beautiful, beautiful souls. And yes.
Tell everyone to get here now. If you got nothing else from this, let the download sink into your body. It'll come to you naturally. You'll start to feel it. Get here now. Be here now. Stay here now. That's it. Love, love, love all of you as reflections of all of us.
Wholeness, my friends. Peace and love.